This is the number line question type. Type in my question. Now I'm going to use this as a true number line for math question, but you could use it as a timeline of events for social studies, or maybe do sequencing of events. And then you can add a title. Then you're going to set the minimum value and the maximum value of your number line. Notice it goes from 0 to 10 down here. I'm going to change it from 0 to 2. And you'll see that it changes. Now I'm going to add my responses. And I added an additional row. Now that we've set up the question, we need to tell the system what the answer is. So you're going to drag and drop your answers up. But did you notice how it snapped over to this one? So what I'm going to do is go over here and click Snap to Ticks and uncheck it, because that means that it's going to stay wherever I put it. So with the correct response threshold, you can change this. So if I've got a number line that's from 0 to 100, and I put a threshold of 5, if the number's 92 and they put it at 95, then that would make it correct. But if I keep this at 0, then they're going to have to get it exactly where it's at. Additional setup options, we can show the tick marks or not. So here the numbers are kind of just floating. Snap to ticks, we talked about that, and that's just going to snap to those tick marks. The tick distance, so here I've got it set between 0 and 1, but if I wanted to, I could make it every half. And so then it's going to mark it every half. I use this to make sure that my numbers are in the right spot. So we notice this, it's not quite there. So I could do tick marks at the half to make sure that all of these are correct. I could do a third and see where that third is supposed to be, just so that I can get it where those numbers actually are. If I do eighths, I can see where that 5/8 is. And so that's a way that you can, put your numbers more specifically where they're at. But then you're going to want to go back and put what the distance is that you want it for the actual problem for your students. The rendering base, this has to do when you have a frequency greater than 1. This option sets the label to have a 1, or it has a 0 on there. Show specific labels, so I can add those in and say that I want to put in 1/4. It will add it to my number line. So if there's specific, numbers, specific dates you want to put on there. Frequency of my labels, if I wanted to, this is every one, but maybe I didn't want the 1 on there, but I still want that tick mark. So I can make that a frequency of 2. Here, if you want to show the first and the last value, if I uncheck this, then that 0 is going to go away. If I uncheck this, then that 2 will go away. Here, I can show the left arrow and the right arrow. So there's a lot of playing with this little area that you can do to get your number line or your timeline exactly the way that you want it. And then click Save.